Hey, what's going on, everybody? In this video I want to talk about some random maintenance stuff on the aquarium, hopefully not too random, and some coral growth. Talk about the last frags I got. It's been about 4 months, so see how those are doing in the tank, and hopefully I can piece this all together where it's interesting. So stick around, let's check it out. Let's start out right here with a question. I cleaned out the fuge. It was pretty packed with chaeto. Still had a lot of frags under there. How often do you harvest your chaeto? When should I be doing it? I cleaned about half of it out. There was a skeleton it done grown over. I took it out, but took about half of it out. Maybe not quite half. Moved all the frags to the other side. So, my question is, more or less, how often should I be doing this? So let's talk about the aquarium itself first. This is an old oceanic 110 gallon tank. It's 1/2 inch glass. It's really thick. There are some scratches, some spots on it. When I first got this flipper algae scraper, it worked really good at keeping all those scratches clean. See, you can kind of see right here. This is the blade side of it. It's still, yeah, if you scrub enough on there, it'll keep it clean. These spots right here, not so much anymore. So I'm going to take and replace that blade and see if that will get it back like new again. There's not much to replacing the blades. You just get your replacements. Pull your cleaner out, and you got a tab here, just pull up on those, pop the old one off, pop the new one on, and you're set. So we got the new blade on, got it back in the aquarium. Let's see how it does. Yeah, took a few strokes, but back to new again. So I hit the front glass with the little 1-2. Still not perfect. It's still got a few spots I need to do a little bit more on it, but all in all, it looks 100% better. There's you can see the sides, how much I didn't touch those, didn't clean them at all. Which is going to lead into another thing here. This bacillipore power head is about to go. I have a problem. I'm an equipment junkie. I know I need to just stop and settle with what I've got because it's working. I have a real problem doing that. I keep saying it over and over. I'm not going to buy anything else. I'm going to leave it alone. It's not going to happen. Anyway, so we're about to replace this jebao PP8 with another Mp40. I see a lot of people online on Facebook talking about, are the Mp40s worth the money? Yes, without a doubt. Jebaos work. I've never had a problem with them. As far as the money I did. Oh, chill out, what's going on? Jebaos work. I had one, that was one of the first WP25s. The pump went out. The motor itself. The controller worked, the power supply worked, just the pump was weak. You could hit it with your finger and it would restart, but randomly die, and it's going to randomly die when you're not home. For the money, they are the best bang for the buck. But I bought another used WES. You never hear about anybody buying a 6-year-old jebao pump. I don't think they've been in business that long, but any reef equipment really. If you know it's 6 years old, you're probably not going to buy it, but I have no problem buying an Mp40. They work. The flow pattern is just wider. They're able to wirelessly sync up together. I'm gonna have them in an anti-sync mode. The wires outside, the motor blocks outside. They do make a little bit of noise. If it's in my living room, you don't hear it. If the TV's on, you cannot hear it over the TV. So about to pull that jebao out and swap it out. Here's your in-tank comparison of it. You can see how much smaller the Mp40 is inside the tank, how much wider the opening of the pump is. Obviously we have the motor block and the wire outside, where this one got bacillopore, wires, salt creep, all that stuff inside the tank. So anyway, thought that was interesting how much smaller that footprint is. So pump set up, dialed in. You can definitely tell on this hammer right here that the flow's better. It's not hitting it as hard. It's still got a lot of flow, but it's I don't know, more random, softer. That frog spawn in the back seems to be enjoying it better. It's opening up a little bit more. Everything is everything's getting good flow now. Anyway, so let's talk about some corals. This pastrana coral that was up here on the top of this rock kept getting knocked over. Probably the fish knocking it over. It was still on the frag plug. I don't know why I didn't take it off the frag plug, but I didn't. But anyway, kept knocking it off in the sand, so I picked it up, put it on the frag rack. Frag rack is getting pretty full again. I need to get rid of some of those corals. But anyway, I thought I'd do a little update, try to show some growth of the corals that I got a few months ago. So anyway, this one has been knocked in the sand several times, but it's still encrusted good. It's almost covered the frag plug. While I was down there digging it out, I found the bubblegum digifrag. It was a pretty big frag, and it got knocked off the frag plug. I didn't glue it down good. It was down in the sand for several weeks, just buried in the back there. I pulled it out. It's not completely white. I just want to see if I can bring it back. I think I can, being as there is a little bit of color to it. We'll just see how long it takes to come back. This green slimer here really hadn't grown as much as I thought it would. It is encrusting a lot, and it does have great polyp extension, so I think it will come on out. The red planet has encrusted a lot. It is that green color. Not really sure why that is, but it's growing, polyp extension. I'm good with it. This coral here has grown a lot. It's a deep water coral, smooth skin, but it's got great color. It's grown a lot. You know, it's high up in the tank, but it seems to be doing well. The strawberry shortcake is encrusting good. It's got really good coloration, that green with the pink tips. It's going to be an awesome coral as it continues to get bigger. This acro's a greenish color with blue on the growth. It's encrusted a lot, and it's got a lot on that one tip. I'm not sure, maybe those tips right there are kind of shaded out, but I'm not really sure, but it hadn't grown a lot right there. Setosa is doing good. The tip on the top is starting to get some growth on it, so feel happy with that. This palm tree here is doing good. Fish fragged a piece for me. It was down there in the sand. I cut it, put it on the back of the frag rack there. Kind of small piece, but I'm sure that it'll grow on out. I think this is a digi also. It's just a little bit darker red. It's encrusted a lot. Jack-o'-lantern here is doing good finally. Starting to get some good growth on it too. Let's see. Season greetings Monopora. Shaded out under that hammer, but it's got some growth a little bit. The other Monopora I had to put on the sand down here. It was starting to get bleached out. So, not really sure what's going on with the Monopora, but they're not as good as I expected. I thought they'd be easy to care for in my tank and do pretty good, but anyhow, these are a little bit older, but let's go through that too. These afterburner zoas, I think there's 9 heads on there now. An acropora, fast grower. It's really hard to get the color on camera, but that's pretty close, especially right there in the middle, that green. Really nice color. Anyway, things are doing good. Thanks for watching.